Your hand reaches for a sword before you are fully awake. But outside, there is no battle. No army waits at the gate. In peaceful Edo, your most dangerous mistake today may be a missing number in a rice ledger. You wake as a low-ranking samurai in Tokugawa, Japan. This is a careful reconstruction. Duties, income, housing, and custom differed by domain, rank, and decade. Dawn enters through paper screens. Your home is respectable, but not grand, a small residence assigned according to status, with a narrow garden, storage chests, writing tools, and weapons kept ready. You wash, dress, arrange your hair, and place the two swords that publicly mark your class. They carry authority, family identity, and obligation. Yet generations may pass without a battlefield. The Tokugawa order has made large-scale war rare. That peace is the achievement your class claims to protect, but it also changes what being a warrior means. Today begins not with armor, but with household instructions, formal clothing, and a list of duties. Your stipend may be described in rice, but life in Edo demands cash. Rice must be valued, exchanged, and divided among food, clothing, servants, ceremonies, repairs, gifts, and obligations to superiors. Prices move while official income may remain fixed. A low-ranking household can carry status without comfort. Your wife or senior family members manage stores with strict attention. A worn sleeve may be repaired rather than replaced. A ceremonial expense cannot always be refused. Some samurai borrow, take permitted side work, teach, make small goods, or rely on household production. The public image is privilege. The private reality may be arithmetic. At the appointed hour, you leave for duty. Edo is a warrior capital, and samurai residences occupy a vast share of the city around the castle. At a gate, office, storehouse, or domain residence, rank determines where you enter, where you sit, how you bow, and whom you may address. Much of the work is administrative. Messages are copied. Inventories are checked. Reports are received. Precedent matters because government depends on procedures repeated correctly. A brush, inkstone, seal, and ledger can shape your day more than a blade. One careless character may create delay, embarrassment, or punishment far beyond the page. Peace has not removed martial identity. In a training hall, you practice swordsmanship, archery, spearmanship, or gunnery according to your house and position. The goal is not constant dueling. It is discipline, readiness, bearing, and proof that the warrior class still deserves its role. Training is controlled, repetitive, and physically demanding. You also study Confucian texts, law, domain history, etiquette, mathematics, medicine, or military knowledge may matter to advancement. Talent can bring notice, but birth and rank still define many limits. The ideal samurai joins literary and martial cultivation, even when ordinary fatigue makes that ideal difficult. The peaceful city still produces emergencies. Fire, flood, disorder, an official procession, a missing person, or a sudden summons can interrupt routine. Samurai organizations may supervise gates, guard compounds, carry messages, inspect damage, direct workers, or coordinate response. At a fire, many do not charge into flame with a naked sword. They control access, protect a lord's residence, relay orders, and organize men and equipment. authority must become practical. The warrior image survives partly because the government expects readiness when normal procedures fail. Peace is not the absence of danger. It is the daily work of containing it. By evening, you return with the fatigue of attention rather than battle. Swords are placed carefully. Accounts and family concerns remain. A guest may arrive for study, poetry, tea, music, or a quiet drink. Networks matter. Teachers, relatives, colleagues, and patrons can shape a career. You may copy a text, repair equipment, instruct a child, or rehearse the etiquette needed for tomorrow. Beneath the formal surface is an ordinary household negotiating ambition, duty, debt, affection, and uncertainty. The samurai day is not empty because no duel occurs. Its tension comes from maintaining a position that must always look more secure than it feels. Learning Corner. There was no single samurai life. At the top stood the shogun and powerful daimyo. Below them were direct retainers of the shogunate, including Hatamoto and Gokunin, and the many retainers serving individual domains. Rank affected stipend, residence, audience rights, clothing, work, and access to authority. A wealthy senior retainer and a poorly paid foot-level warrior belonged to the same broad class but inhabited very different worlds. Edo itself reflected that hierarchy. Large and small warrior compounds surrounded the castle, while domain residences housed lords, officials, servants, and rotating populations connected to alternate attendants. Now follow the money. Koku began as a measure associated with rice and became a language for assessing productive value and stipends, but a stated income was not a bag of spendable coins arriving each morning. Rice income moved through collection, storage, valuation, brokers, and exchange. Household obligations could consume it quickly. Inflation and the growth of a cash economy placed pressure on fixed stipends. Merchants officially ranked below warriors could control the credit and goods warrior households needed. This contradiction helps explain a common Edo tension. High social status could coexist with persistent financial weakness. Finally, separate symbol from routine. The paired swords made status visible, but most Edo samurai did not spend ordinary days fighting. Armor remained important for display, inheritance, ceremony, and readiness. Martial training continued, including firearms, but administration and learning expanded. Samurai responded to disasters, managed records, guarded spaces, served lords, and maintained households. Peace did not make them modern office workers in costume, nor did it leave them frozen as medieval swordsmen. It forced a warrior class to justify itself through government, discipline, culture, and preparedness. That is the quieter battle hidden behind the famous silhouette. The sword remains at your side, but it does not explain your whole life. In peaceful Edo, a samurai might be a clerk, guard, student, household manager, and emergency officer before he was ever a warrior in battle. Subscribe to A Day in Old Japan for another human journey behind the familiar image.